Hey guys, welcome to our channel.
Hi guys, welcome to Mythica's channel. I'm her token white friend.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So for those of you who are here for the first time, my name is Mythica and today I'm here with Melanie, my only white friend. A couple of white friends, but yeah.
This is true, it's verified.
And she's an in-state student, and so if you clicked on this video, you know what you're here for. We're going to be talking about the UC application. So today we're going to basically give you like a breakdown of how the UC application looks because it's a little different from the common application. I actually never ended up doing the common application. It was a nightmare. Too many essays to write, whatever, but I only did the UC application and I genuinely enjoyed doing the UC application, so like I enjoyed breaking it down for you guys today. And I'm going to give you a perspective, an international student's perspective. And Melanie's in-state. She's actually from
California.
California. And
I'm from Anaheim.
And today she's gonna give you an in-state student's perspective. So if you guys want to find out how we got to Berkeley, which is the school we go to, if you guys were wondering.
It like says it right here. Like,
oh yeah, I'm wearing blue and there's like Cal back, but
so clearly.
Yeah, and
clearly
clicked on
the merch right here.
I actually don't own a lot of Cal gear. It's super expensive, so I'm international, very poor. Don't own a lot of Cal gear. From a third world country. Yeah, subscribe so I can go to college, guys. Make my dream come true.
Our first topic is SAT scores. So you have to.
I will like drop down like a thing with this
description down below, bitches.
Or I'll just put it for a second so you guys can have a look.
So I think the most important thing to remember about like SAT and GPA is that like SAT is like it's of lesser importance than GPA. GPA is like the most important. It shows that you're committed to getting good grades. It shows that you have some semblance of like intelligent life in you. I know that's hard to find sometimes. I'm just kidding. I'm like not an intelligent life form, so that's why I say that. But like, yeah, so I mean that's obviously the most important and that's what colleges look for. SAT and ACT, I think as long as you get like, I don't know, a 1900 and above. 1800 to 1900 and above and you should be fine. It depends on what college you're applying to though. If you're applying to like EECS, which is electrical engineering and computer science, like you better have good credentials. You better have like a perfect everything. Like I'm not fucking kidding.
So like to add to what she just said, like yeah, like SAT scores do matter when you apply to college because like if you've heard a lot of like applicants like or like if you've heard a lot of like what are they called?
Admitted students?
No, the people who like look at your
admissions officers.
Admissions officers. If you've watched like a lot of Berkeley related or UC application related like videos where they talk about how they select their students, you would already know that Berkeley values a holistic application and a holistic applicant. And so like they do value your SAT score because that's something that's the first thing that pops up when they see your thing. But they will not reject you if you get like a really bad score. Like they will not reject you. I do know people who go to Berkeley who have like a 1400 or a 1500 who have still like demonstrated like their personality in their essay. So like if you get a low score or like let's say you got a low score the first time you did your SAT and then you repeated it like let's say like thrice and you got a higher score. Definitely like Berkeley sees that you're like persevering, you're trying harder, you're not just giving up with your first score, you keep trying, and that's something that Berkeley really values because it really values like someone who's like not gonna give up because Berkeley is a really hard school.
On another note with that, I would actually just read a lot of books in general, study a lot of grammar rules because I don't know if the SAT is like this anymore, but they used to have a writing component. I'm not sure if they have it anymore. If they took it out, yeah, but reading comprehension, that's very important.
Yeah.
And you want to read a lot of books for that. And for math, like you can just practice making past SAT questions, stuff like that, and timing yourself. Timing yourself is really important.
Yeah.
Like setting the conditions similar to the conditions that will be there on the day of testing is very important. And so yeah, I think you should definitely practice for that. With that being said though, I wouldn't get too obsessed on it. Because like she said, Berkeley has a holistic admissions process. And it depends on what clubs you do. It depends on your work experience, what award you get.
We're actually gonna get to that.
We will get to that soon.
You know, like when the admission can't speak. You're not even trying to help me out here.
Yeah, you're on your own with that one, girl.
When the admissions officer looked at something like that, they understand that, oh, like this girl probably just like try to do like volunteering just to get into college. Whereas when they look at someone who's done it for like 4 years of high school or have like consistently put effort into like what they've done and like shown a level of like, oh, I've done this for longer than like just like a couple of months, which means like I've been dedicated to it, and that really like shows your personality, and especially if you talk about that in your essay, like it like shows them that you're like dedicated and like consistent with your work.
Yeah, I think with a lot of college admissions officers, not just at Berkeley but anywhere, they're looking for consistency because it shows like determination, perseverance, and it's all those things that, you know, are kind of proven to make you more successful in life. But if you want a really good essay, I would say do an interesting one and do it through analogy. Like all the interesting SAT essays I've read or like I've like heard about. Like I heard about this one where this girl got into Stanford because she related like her life or some story of her life to like Costco. Like she related it to like a Costco hot dog stand or whatever, which was like insanely creative. Props to her. But it might not be something that people think of as like a profound experience. But I don't think they're looking for that. I think they're looking for just like who you are. And I think doing things by analogy, trying to compare yourself to something else is a good way to show who you are. It's a good way to illustrate it in a vivid way that's memorable. And so like for me, I'll give an example. I did mine on like gardening. My family used to garden a lot, and I said, oh, my life with my family was like my garden. When like things got messy, like there were like weeds were popping up or whatever, and I just related it to certain struggles. Like, you know, we always knew what the good times were from the bad times based on how our garden looked, and just kind of like related us growing up to like
Alright guys, so my camera ran out of like memory, so we had to like delete some stuff. Back to you, what were you saying?
Oh, I was just saying about the essay, how I agree, I'm reiterating this, but I didn't think it was that important, and I think it's good to illustrate yourself vividly using like imagery and stuff. You know, just show perseverance, determination, show your personality, show your quirks, you know.
Yeah, like with me, I felt like it was quite the opposite, because like with Sri Lankans, like with, what am I saying? In comparison to all my friends, like I felt like my friends did have like better scores. They were like much, like a lot of them were like more like a lot smarter. They had like higher GPAs, higher SAT scores. They were just like they had better like academic credentials. And with me, I felt like I really did like put up a good application through my essay. Like I was able to like really tell like my like, hold up, I'm not sure if this is focused. Okay, it's focused now. Okay, there we go. Sorry. So yeah, with my application, I felt like I was able to really like, you know, show the you know what I'm talking about, admissions officer what I really felt. And for my first essay, which the topic was write about what kind of background you come from, whatever, like diversity and how that like makes you who you are. And so I noticed that when we were submitting applications, I was reading a bunch of my friends' essays, and one thing that I noticed with a lot of them is that they took the topic quite literally. Like they literally spoke about their family, or literally their diversity, like their ethnic diversity. Or one common thing that they spoke about was how they they felt alienated and their soil, because they were either like they lived in a different country, they moved here, and like they just talked about like the struggle for like to find their roots kind of. And whereas in my essay I wrote about something completely different. Like I didn't take the meaning of like the whole like diversity topic, or well, diversity yes, but not like the family thing quite literally. I actually spoke about the internet community, and I talked about YouTube and like Facebook and Grey's Anatomy, as things that define me. And when I wrote my application, I actually wrote about how like why I think I would thrive at Berkeley. It was because I had my internet community support me, and that like I find happiness through the internet. Like when I feel sad, like I don't always have to like go to my parents because I have the internet, and I can like that's something that I spoke about. And I think like when admissions I can't speak. I seriously like I'm really questioning this whole application process. But yeah, so with the admissions officer, when they're reading your essays, like they're reading a bunch of essays, and they're always reading essays about kids talking about their family, or they're like it's the same topic that everyone's given. So like you can imagine like the amount of brainstorming things go on there, and like there's gonna be a lot of repetition. So when you like try to like tackle an essay, like try to sit down and like think of something that's way out of like something that would not come up to like anyone's mind when they first read the topic, and something that's way like broad. And so that way, like when they read, they're like, oh wait, like what is she talking about? Like I want to read more. I don't want to stop because this is like not like something that I stumble upon all the time. Like this is interesting. Like I actually want to continue reading it. So like that's something that I kept in mind when I was writing my essays. I always wanted to be like it to be completely different from the topic, and how I can relate my like difference back to the topic was like my challenge. And like obviously like I wrote like 50 drafts, and there were really bad ones, and my friends rejected them like a lot. But I think like that was something that like kind of got me into Berkeley. And also there's another part of the application where they talked about work experience, and they asked us basically like if we did any like paid work experience and unpaid work experience, and this can be like anything that's related.
It can be like drug dealer. It can be like I babysitted this woman's like baby. But like yeah, I don't know what you had, but I was a tennis instructor for a couple years, and I worked at Flame Broiler, which is a fast food restaurant. And so that was like my work experience. So I had like not an extensive list, but I had some work experience. I don't think it's like important at all actually though. I think it's like negligible at best. I guess at best and at worst. I don't know. I don't think it's important at all really. There's a ton of kids who like didn't have jobs, who like got into great colleges.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
You know, like you're not gonna be rejected at Harvard because they're like you didn't like have you didn't work at McDonald's. Like what? You're not going here. Yeah.
No, I mean it also like depends on like what you're like applying to study too. Like also it depends on what college you're applying to, like what you're majoring in, and what you're like. For example, like for me, I think like me doing like medical internships or me like shadowing doctors, I was able to relate that in my second essay, so like it really helped me with that. And I was also like my work experience, I like was a volunteer teacher. I taught English in this village, and so I was like my second essay I was able to like talk about that, and like yeah, so like I think like if you can like if you're really passionate about it and you do something, you can also talk about it in your essay. So
yeah, for
that's
sure.
That. So yeah, I think like I kind of like
in terms of like clubs and societies, you want to like one of the most important things about your application is that you've demonstrated like the quality of like leadership, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your ability to lead people. That's very important because it's a big predictor of success.
Yeah. Did you start some club at your school?
Yeah.
What was it called?
Hosa. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. I like don't really want to, but
okay.
But it's important to like either show the initiative to start a club or become president of a club, work your way up, become class president, ASB president. These are all leadership positions that show that you've demonstrated qualities that you can go beyond yourself. You know, you can transcend like your own needs, and you can transcend your own issues, and you can take care of like or think about at least the larger population of your school and stuff like that. So that's very important. I would say number one thing to look for is like things colleges look for and like qualities, I'm pretty sure is like leadership.
Yeah.
That encompasses a lot too. Like I said, determination, perseverance, just the ability to empathy, the ability to understand people and like relate to them.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of all this stuff, essay, you need to show leadership through your essay. You need to show leadership through your clubs and societies. You need to show, I don't know if you can show leadership through academics and SAT, but that shows that you have the like intellectual capacity to lead in a way that is good, that is like rational.
Yeah, for sure.
In terms of sports, team captain, that would be great. Awards and honors, that doesn't apply really. Unless you get like a leadership award, like that would apply. Work experience, I guess that could show leadership if you like worked your way up. I would say for work experience, it would be very good. I think it would help your application if it showed that you got promoted or something.
Yeah.
That would be good because it shows like kind of like you
proved your like worth.
Yeah, you didn't get fired, and also like
shows consistency. Once again, something that they really look for.
There's these underlying themes that they want to see in your application.
But like also like leadership is very important. But if you feel like you're someone who's not a leader, and I definitely like have seen people in the past who have gotten into Ivy League schools who have not necessarily felt like leaders. And there was actually a friend of mine who got into MIT. Well, he went to my school, wasn't really my friend.
She hated him, like, wow.
Yeah, so this person basically wrote their essay about how they didn't like feel like they had leadership qualities, and they felt like they were better off as followers. And that's an interesting way to think about things, because not everyone can be a leader, and you also need like a certain number of followers to follow the real leader. So if everyone is talking about how great of a leader they are, and if you want to stand out, you can talk about how great of a follower you are, because in colleges, honestly, they do like leaders, they do like people who question them, but they also like people who like, you know, are good followers. So if you can like in any way portray that you're a good follower, or you know, just whatever you feel like doing, do it. If you feel like you're a leader, show them you're a leader. If you feel like a follower, which is me, then show them that you're a follower.
Whoever you are, I think the biggest trying to say is own it. Own who you are. Don't like
accept yourself, love yourself.
This is like what is this?
It's like a bonding session with yeah. It's just like
can I like give my input on this?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. I think I would have to disagree. We're gonna disagree again. Like,
okay, that's fine.
It's whatever.
You're getting
whatever.
Like
Neither one of us is right.
White versus brown.
Damn. That's like, can you make this like a race thing? Cool,
okay,
cool,
it's not
cool.
a race thing. It's not a race thing.
Wow. Okay. I think that leadership is more important, and I'll tell you why. Because people who have, let's say, influenced society, let's say have like broken barriers, people who have been influential, have always questioned the status quo, have not necessarily followed, have invented new things, have like thought of new ways of doing things, or implemented like old ideas in a new way. And I think that if you're a college and you're looking for somebody, are you gonna choose somebody like that? Somebody who's the next Steve Jobs, somebody who's the next, I don't know, Mark Zuckerberg, or are you gonna pick somebody who's like kind of a follower, who's like, I'm okay with the status quo, like I'm okay with it, I want to like work under people? And it's like, what does that show though? Who do you want to be? Like, do you want to be a leader? No, like seriously, like who do you want to be, like, as not only as a candidate, but like what role do you want to play at the school? I think that's important, because if you just want to be a follower at the school, like what good does that do the college? What good are you producing to the college? What value are you bringing if not your own input, if not your own impact? And that's what being a leader, I think, does. And just like bar none, like I am not a natural leader. I'm not like a leader at all, really.
I think we're all learning.
This is this is like me being just like hypocritical as fuck right now. Sorry
for the swearing if you get your kids watching.
Oh God.
You know.
But I think that leadership is like really important. I don't think it's important in like the typical way. I think when you think of a leader, you usually think of that person who's like charismatic on a stage, or like something like that, or like in talking to a company. I think leadership can be found in unexpected places, as long as you're creative and you believe in yourself. And
this just got really deep.
Yeah, and you have to like set yourself up for like success, and don't be a follower. Just no, why would you like?
Okay, but
colleges.
She is going. She's okay.
Okay.
But if you do feel like you are a follower, it's okay. Like I'm just saying, you guys can't be leaders if you don't have followers. I mean, I do think that
that's like a false binary too. Like, what makes a leader and what's a follower? Like, why are they like so distinct? You know, why place them in two separate categories? We're all like a mix of both, right?
I guess, yeah, that's true too.
We can invent and create things, like break them, and we can also follow them.
That's true.
We're complex people. We're trying to oversimplify us. Girl, you ain't getting it. That ain't happening.
Wow. Okay. Well,
that was a really great.
That's what Berkeley kids do. We're always debating, fighting.
We're
always disagreeing with each other.
True.
But we all connect. Go Bear!
You're so bad at this. Alright, that's all from us. Bye guys!
No, I mean, there's a... So guys, that was quite a debate, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, give this video a huge thumbs up telling me you like it. And if you guys want to see any new videos, college-related videos, and if you guys have any questions about applying to any UC schools, Berkeley in particular, I can speak for, leave them as questions below, and maybe I can make a part 2 answering your questions. And if you guys did like this video, give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye!